2014. With me, Lada from astrolada.com, where I have my birth chart calculator, where you can check what your ascendant sign is and moon sign, and listen to the predictions of those two signs, because they're often much more telling than the sun sign. And if you came for a professional reading to any astrologist, they would not look at your sun sign, they would look at your moon and at your ascendant sign mostly. Anyway, what does 2014 hold? Well, the small hand of the clock, which always shows the biggest focus of the period, is Saturn. It's the slowest moving planet, one of the slowest moving planets, which is kind of, it shows where you put a lot of, where you decide to work very hard, basically, where you are required to work very hard. And being in the third house, this is, it stayed there in 2013 and will continue to be there till 2015, almost till mid-2015. So it's time for restructuring your mental concepts. And it's time to, maybe a lot of you, because Saturn has a more decreasing influence, like it lowers vibration, can make people be a bit more serious in their thinking, can people feel like they don't want to just you know, talk frivolous things, that they do not want to gossip around and to be involved in some kind of a superficial communications. So people can actually cut off quite a few different people from their life who are like not important people, like relationships, but maybe co-workers, teammates, and siblings, relatives, because of not correct flow of communication there, or because the person just, or people that you meet every day to go to coffee to gossip with, but any kind of such casual gossipy relationships, you would narrow them all a bit, quite a lot, because you just don't want to be involved in so much, you know, superficial information. And the third house is the house of information, of the lower mind, and how you structure your thought. So it can help you this period. Saturn is a very structured planet, so it can help you have much more structured thought concepts and become a bit more orderly in your thoughts. But at the same time, Saturn can lower the vibration of the house it is in, so it can lower your thinking, in a sense, your positive thinking. So it can bring, at moments, you can find yourself feeling more negative than other times, feeling a bit more dour, perceiving with your mind reality in a little bit more, you know, restricted way, maybe a bit more negative way. So you have to watch out against that. And especially if you're prone to depressions and negative mental projections, this can increase somehow, but at least you can face it and overcome it. Third house is also the house of learning. So a lot of you will be working very hard at learning something new. And it's not something that you might feel super excited about doing. It might be imposed to you from outside, or you might have to do it because of career advancement. But it will be very productive later on in your life. So you have the courage now to do difficult things, because third house rules all those difficult things with which we need to put a lot of effort in order to learn. So learning new things, whether it's like learning a new instrument, whether it's like learning a new language, or learning to operate a new system, or going on some other course. But Saturn can make you very serious and very focused and very determined in regards to the new things you're learning. If you're at university or at school, this will be quite a time of a lot of responsibilities for learning, a lot of difficult material that is given to you. But you have more order and more self-discipline in regards to your thinking processes. So even if you feel daunted and challenged, because often whenever Saturn transits, the person feels a bit overwhelmed, the person has perseverance in that area of their life. And and also the third house, the house of will, is the house of willpower. So a person with Saturn is a cruel planet, it can toughen up your willpower. It's a great period of your life where with challenging yourself, with doing new things, you can develop your willpower more. And third house rules siblings, as I said, so be careful in your relationships. If you have siblings or relatives, there can be some tensions there, or there can be some difficulties into the life of those people in your life, you know. And it can be from a small level or for a big level, you know. There can be some tensions, some misunderstanding with your relatives and with your sibling as well. So this is something also to watch out for. Let's see where Jupiter is. Jupiter is the planet which has very different influence on Saturn. It's the opposite. It expands wherever it goes. It brings a lot of optimism and natural flow, and you feel inspirational there, and things just come without you having to bash your head and push so hard. And Jupiter, since the summer of 2013 till the summer of 2014, continues to be in your 11th house. So if you haven't felt it in 2013, the second part, now you definitely feel from 2000 till the middle of 2014, expansion in regards to 11th house, which is earning. Some of you might get a bonus, which is social recognition from whatever you're working, or for getting recognition for something you've done. So some of you can get promotion, some of you can get like a nice pat on the shoulder, some of you can, honors and titles is 11th house. So Jupiter can bring for some of you diplomas, getting a diploma and recognition for something that they've worked hard on some education, you know. They can get, maybe add a title to their name like doctor this or PhD, or and any kind of validation and recognition they receive for society for work well done, or from their bosses. Also 11th house rules earnings, so earnings can increase your earning potential, maybe through increase of salary, or maybe, especially if it's your ascendant in Virgo. Not so much for Sun in Virgo and Moon in Virgo, mostly to a lesser degree, but mostly to ascendant in Virgo, these things will increase. And 11th house rules a social, like-minded people, your social circle, so you can expand your social circle. While you might clip up a lot of people from you because of Saturn in the 3rd house, people who you have meaningless conversation with, people who you feel like are cramping your mind with too useless information, or they're just like neighbors, like not the people who are important of making your life matter, but you gain new kind of relationships, more relationships which can help you move forward because of Jupiter in the 11th house, because the 11th house is the house of benefactors, in the house of those we consider friends who help us progress our goals and long-term plans. So someone, you'd attract more people in your life right now who can help you fulfill your goals better, who can help you expand your circle of influence as well. And they can be also some more influential people. You can join certain societies which are very Jupiterian, with influential people, wealthy people, people who are benefactors, who like you, who want to help you, also knowledgeable people, high-minded people. Jupiter is educated, highly educated people. This is where you can expand and grow in your life through, and these are people who can actually help you move forward your dreams and goals. And you can join some groups and societies that work for idea together. Maybe we can become a member of some club as well. This will be very beneficial. But relationships with siblings, with neighbors, with everyday people, teammates, playmates, they can be more tense because of Saturn in the 3rd house. Okay, but from July onwards, Jupiter is moving into your 12th house. So from all those kind of the energy of Jupiter moving into the 12th house means that you gain a lot of expansion and growth into the 12th house things. And 12th house is spirituality, is enlightenment, is the inner processes. So those of you who are spiritual, those of you who work in the imaginative spheres, which is 12th house as well, whether they're game makers or fashion designers or, you know, beauty shop, something to do with imagination, with you know, creating something more, yeah, something out of the invisible realms. So there is like increase of the richness of your inner soul, of your inner state, and that can be great for, you know, all those kind of imaginative careers and fantasy careers. But often people who are in very practical, down-to-earth environments don't benefit so much from this period, because their inner world and their dream world increases and becomes more abundant. But they can grow through dreams, they can receive information from the spirit worlds in their dreams, they can get in communication with the invisible world, so they can become much more intuitive, and the people become much more charitable, much more compassionate when Jupiter is in the 12th house. And they start giving more. And that continues till the summer of 2015, from the summer of 2014 till the summer of 2015. So you become more inclined to give more of your time, more of your resources to others, and you're winning good karmic points this way. And also you might be spending more, because wherever Jupiter transits, it expands, and 12th house is the house of giving. 11th house, where Jupiter is till the middle of 2011, is the house of gains, where you receive things for work or for things or for job well done, the recognition, the finances, the titles. 12th house is where you give things, where you let go of things. So it can be great for you, those of you who want to have some spiritual healing, of letting go of some old connections that they are long overdue to let go. When Jupiter goes in the 12th house, they'll be able to let go of that. But the person will be also letting go of resources and their time. They'll be giving more to others. Or if they are not, if they're resisting that, the universe will force them to give more of their time or resources to others. But usually a person is inspired to act with Jupiter, so you'll be more inspired to do more, because you feel more compassionate, as I said, and more you feel others' pain. You become more sensitive and intuitive with this position. So it's great time for spiritual growth from the middle of 2014. Great time for imaginative projects. Great time for finding healthy ways to relax, because Jupiter always brings things which are coming from God's will, which are good for you. And 12th house is the house of escape and the house of letting go. So instead of drinking, you might substitute this habit to escape reality through maybe reading books, or maybe through starting to go to massages, or starting to watch TV or something else which is a bit more healthy than a previous way of letting go, of escaping reality. And 12th house, yes, as I said, it's also great for traveling abroad. It's to faraway places. So a lot of Virgos from 2014, from the middle to the middle of 2015, might have a chance to go in exotic places. Say if you live in Europe, you might go to Australia, or if you live in Australia, you might go to Asia, something that is quite culturally different, and spend periods longer ahead, far away from place and home. And this is where the sense of growth and wealth can come from, because Jupiter is the planet of wealth, so you can find it from the second part of 2014 in these faraway places. Or if you want to make money in this period, investing in things which are 12th house, which is connected to imagination, to relaxing, to letting go, to spiritual things. You can invest in spiritual endeavors, for instance, or maybe spa centers or some holiday destinations. This can come up, this can pay off well, because Jupiter rules money and wealth, and you have to, the opportunity that tends to come for you financially, usually connected to 12th house, wherever Jupiter is passing in. Or 12th house is long-term investment, because a long-term investment feels like spending, because you give money away now and you might not see it for 10 years before it pays back now, again. So 12th house, as we said, is spending, but it's also long-term investment. And when Jupiter transits there, if you make now long-term investments, they'll pay off quite well. They'll pay off quite handsomely into the future. So if you get any kind of offers from the middle of 2014 for long-term investment, take them. Okay, and you become very intuitive again, as I said, and there is a lot of healing from trauma, from past life pains, because 12th house rules the past life memories. And when Jupiter is there as a healing planet, you can let go of those, you can let go of unhealthy attachments as well, as I said. And another thing that is happening for Virgos is that the nodes of Rahu and Ketu are changing signs. And the nodes are the karmic planets, where basically fated events happen, and wherever they move, they stir things up. Where they move, if you've been feeling stagnant and that things are not progressing, when they move there for a year and a half, things really start moving, and things really, for better or worse. And in your case, Rahu, which is the dragon's head, which is wherever it passes, it develops this house a lot in a tangible, material way, because it's the mouth which takes more and eats more. So you become insatiable there almost, and you tend to have a great focus there, and you manage to get a lot of things done in that area. almost in a bit of a painful way because of this strong urge which Rahu's dragon's head does. But second house is the house of finances. So it's quite interesting that 3 planets are triggering financial houses in different ways. The 11th house, Saturn, Jupiter for gains, then goes into the 12th house, you know, for long-term investment, and Rahu will be in your second house, which is getting material security and gaining stability in life. And Rahu there can totally change the way in which you gain financial security in your life, and the sources and the places through which you gain financial security, and that make you feel secure in yourself as well as an individual, which gives you self-worth, you know, the job well done or anything which makes you feel as a worthy and valuable individual. This can change a lot. So for instance, if you've been stuck for many years on the same level of payment or with no prospects for any kind of financial increase, now you can get some brilliant ideas or opportunity for this expansion of financial security, or for finding a new place where you gain resources from. It doesn't always have to be money. It can be some kind of resources that you need for your business or for some ideas that you didn't have access to. Now Rahu will bring this opportunity very likely to you. And Ketu is the dragon's tail, is the other part of this combination of karmic nodes. It will be passing in your 8th house. And whatever the tail is, this is where you excrete, this is where you let go of, this is where you let go of attachments. And 8th house is the house of other people's money and resources. So for instance, if for years you've been relying on someone, maybe your husband, maybe your parents, maybe someone, not the money that you have worked, but money that comes from another resource, you know, to you somehow. So if you've been relying, now you have to let go of this reliance on someone else, of someone else supporting you financially and making you, you know, feel secure. And you have to focus all the energy into the dragon's head in the 2nd house, which is you making your own money, which is you managing your own resources, which is you finding new ways of resources, new fresh ideas how to make money, how to feel financially secure, how to consolidate your possessions, anything which is of tangible material nature. You learn to you yourself. While 8th house, where Ketu is, where you let go of things, is resources that you have till now from someone helping you. You will have to let go of some of those. Maybe you lose or let go of inheritance, or maybe you let go of, you know, your parents no longer help you, or your spouse for a few, maybe for a few months or a year, depending, can be financially less stable. So you have to become more creative and inventive in regards to making more money to keep the family going, for instance. So this is from 2014 and up to the middle of 2015. It is about you finding new ways of resources, new financial growth, but yourself doing it, being self-sufficient and relying on yourself for those material financial things, maybe even taking care of the whole family on your own, rather than, so now will not be so much of a great time to ask for loans, to ask for help from others. Even if you ask, it might not be given to you, and you have to detach there. Or if you're a gold digger, you know, maybe it will be time where you have to focus on how to make your own money rather than expect on someone else. So this is what Rahu will develop the most, your own reliability on yourself financially, which will increase also your self-worth, as I said. And also I want to give you some specific days. Those of you who are born from the 28th of August till the 1st of September, or those who have their moon or ascendant from 4 till 9 degrees in Virgo, they're having a Neptune transit. And Neptune transit can really dissolve things, can dissolve the ego, can make one very spiritual, can make one very confused though in regards to material and financial things. Even though I said all those planets are triggering financial houses for you, if you're born on those days or have those degrees of ascendant or moon, you can be much more spaced out and much more, but if you want to hear what the length of what Neptune can bring in your life, you can listen to my audio recordings on my website. You know, when you have the birth chart calculator, when you scroll below, you will see all your transits for the next 3 years, and which are personalized, and you'll see when all those influences will hit you exactly, what months, what, for how long they will last, and what exactly the influence will be. This is a personalized transit, and they're extremely cheap, like £1.99, and it can give you a breakdown for your personal horoscope that no one else has in the world like you, for the 3 years ahead, what is happening. Thank you so much.